It's been an exhausting 2 months for fire crews, with numerous blazes stretching resources across Cape Town. The biggest of the veld fires swept through Castle Rock in December, exacerbated by the blazes in Glencairn and Hout Bay. Authorities believe some of the fires could have been as a result of malicious intent.
We've had a couple of big fires now in January with the Cork Bay fire and now the fire on top of Red Hill. That's been quite challenging as well, because also those have been back-to-back fires. So the crews haven't really had a chance to rest. It's literally been from one fire to the next. In terms of malicious fire starters, there certainly appears to be the case. We are investigating it. Every fire that now occurs within the national park, we are investigating each and every one of them. In terms of the Red Hill fires, we're actually opening up a docket today with SABC. So, yes, we're definitely going we're definitely considering those as malicious.
While there have been no loss of life or residential properties stemming from these veld fires, authorities are keeping a close eye on the impact of the loss of vegetation.
Well, there are concerns in a couple of places. The top of Red Hill, where we know the fire frequency there is quite regular. Some of that veld is a bit young, and ideally you shouldn't have burnt so frequently. In terms of Simonstown fire, a lot of that veld was old veld and was going to burn, or should have burnt at some stage. So there isn't, we'll keep monitoring in those areas. We'll also keep monitoring behind some of the residential areas, because we've got to start thinking about winter rains, and unvegetated slopes. But that's something that we'll be monitoring over the next couple of months.
The City of Cape Town, meanwhile, says its fire crews have responded to over 1,000 more fires around the metro compared to the previous year. In December alone, some 2,450 vegetation fires and 500 structural fires, mostly in informal dwellings, were attended to. Authorities say over the past few years, areas of concern have been fires started by homeless people for cooking and other purposes, as well as the burning of cable casings by suspected copper thieves.
The number of fires and the nature of where these fires are happening and where we've seen them over the last period leads us to believe that maybe we have additional cause of fires. Some of these fires are being created in places where there wouldn't normally be foot traffic. Nobody is sleeping rough there. Not church gatherings or anything else there. We can't understand why there would be a fire there. And the way in which the fire is set seems to indicate somebody who has an understanding of how wildfires or veld fires behaves. And is maybe taking these circumstances into consideration in creating these fires.
The city says last Friday, 282 fires were attended to, with 2 suspiciously targeting water treatment facilities at Stenbos Dam and Red Hill on Thursday. Authorities say they will remain vigilant and on high alert. Vanessa Puna, SABC News, Cape Town.